Oops. Hey, everyone. It's Superhero Speak. And I'm your host, Dave.
And I'm the guy featured on the title card for 2 weeks in a row, Don.
Yeah. I created
and
the
I'm
intro.
The one drinking. Yeah.
I created the intro and fell asleep and forgot to upload it. So, I mean, at least the title and the comments, I mean, the description are all correct. It was just just the intro. So, oops. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not the only one drinking, but
yeah.
All right. Oh, what are we talking? We're not talking about saving Kylo Ren this week. We've got.
Well, yes, we are.
We are.
Well, you know, I'm gonna throw in the whole hashtag save the hunt for Solo, of course.
We got quite a bit of Marvel news with some Doomsday news, and of course a little bit of Spider-Man news, a little bit of Shang-Chi, some Batman news, and then and maybe a couple other surprises. We'll see. But yeah, it's a Sunday night. We're here to talk nerd. How are you, sir?
I am doing good. It is great to be here on a Sunday night because it was just a busy week. I'm on day like 14 days working in a row.
Oh.
So yeah, it's definitely been a week, and it's only going to get busier as the holiday rolls around as I seek to take advantage of those wanting employees. But on the bright side, I woke up today and I read an article on multiple verified news outlets.
Yeah.
The old President Trump is saying he's going to give us $2,000 per person from some dividends from the tariffs. And I'm like, wow, what great news.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. I could, really use that.
Yeah, especially with the holidays coming up. But who knows?
All the holidays, and I have some debt from Comic-Con there that I need to take care of, So, hey, let's go.
But who knows? In today's world, the government is apparently shut down. I don't know. It doesn't affect me.
No, it could totally not happen,
Right, or it could take 6 months before we get anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, although I do feel like this is one of those things they'll want to give it to you before the end of the year so that they can tax you on it, and then you got to put it in your taxes next year. Yeah. So we'll see.
Either way, you got to love, because we get all sorts of tax subsidies and stuff that, that's, we're going to help the American people. Let's give them this tax credit. But you just have to love when they say, fuck it, we're going to actually buy your vote, So,
hey,
interesting times we live in.
My vote's for sale. So, hey.
Mine too. I mean, it's all a joke. We, the American people, are the Roman mob, and politics is our Coliseum, along with sports and other various activities. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hero will be here soon. Not already, according on who you ask. But enough of, empire building speak. Dave, how was your week?
Well, it's funny because I saw this today as well. I woke up seeing that article, and I was at the girlfriend's last night, this morning, and I tell her while we're having breakfast, and she's like, "All right, where's my check? Give it to me now." I'm like, "It was just now." She's like, "I don't care." She puts her hand out. So yeah,
we're quick with the stimmies.
her vote's for sale as well. And also along the lines of you know, the world that we live in, there was a article that came out. I saw that they ran simulations using AI, so who knows,
of course,
how accurate it is, that if there was an apocalyptic event that happens, um that humans would turn to cannibalism surprisingly fast. So
I get that. I get that.
yeah, so
I would never do it, but I get it.
yeah. So you get it. You're all for it.
I don't know if I'm all for it. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
I did have a movie back when I was a kid called Alive that, you know, do the same thing, and everyone seemed to be okay with that.
The question is, who would you eat first? No. And but aside from all the doom and gloom of the world, I'm doing okay. I actually ended up having a busy couple of days. And I'm going to have a crazy week in some ways this week.
Yeah.
I have to work on Tuesday night again, doing a deployment, and something has come up on Wednesday. But we'll get to that at the end of the show. And yeah, and of course it's my girlfriend's twins' birthday is on Thursday, so I'm not going to see them Thursday, but I think we're all going out Friday to celebrate. So yeah, it's and then of course Thanksgiving shortly after that. So it's the holidays. It's that time of year. But on a really good note, you know, we're now at 27,000 subscribers on the YouTubes. So
27,000, sir. That was like 8 months ago.
I'm sorry, 70,000. Where did I get 27,000 from?
I have no clue. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Yes, we've hit 70,000 subs. Wow. That number 27 is like stuck in my head for some reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the goal, our current goal is to hit we'd like to hit 100K, so we're 30K away. So so of course, you know, we will state, as we always do, you know, why is it, there it goes. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, click that bell for notifications, help us out, you know, comment down below. That helps with the algorithm as well. Let us know your thoughts on what we're talking about, and yeah, help us reach that 100K. Help us get that milestone.
Yeah. I mean, if you're on the fence, if you're like, I want to type, Don, you're fucking stupid, but I don't want to be mean, go ahead and type it. It's okay.
Yes.
No problem.
Yes.
Please indulge yourselves when insulting me or my looks, my takes, anything you'd like, please.
Yeah.
Bring the hate.
We get a lot of that. Yeah. So, you know, people don't have an actual counter argument for something they say, so they pick on our looks, you know.
Call me a neckbeard or something, you know, have fun with
there
it.
There you go. Exactly. Hey, I know I'm fat. Go ahead. Tell me I'm fat. I don't give a fuck. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. You know, I have a girlfriend that loves me, so that's all that matters. So yeah, that's been my world. And I'm trying to think. We could we'll you know what we'll do? We'll have our good friend Darth Don tell you where you can find more superhero speak, and then we'll get into the news.
Darth Don here. You must subscribe to Superhero Speak if you haven't already. And if you have already, make another account and subscribe again. You also will like this video. And while you're on the HoloNet, go to superheroespeak.com find the links to our merch and purchase one of our shirts. Don't skimp on the shipping, or else I will trap you in a box with an agitated gun dog named Brie Lawson. I would just force lightning you, but we don't have that in the effects budget. Now, back to the show.
Actually, I figured out what it is. I looked over at the number real quick, and it's 70,327. So that's where the 27 came from in my head. Also, I have been suffering from a head cold, at the end of last week, and still have it now a little bit. So, I'm a little loopy on all the medication. So, forgive me. All right. So actually, before we get into this, that's what I was going to do before the break, but I was like, we'll just do it all together. You had said something. I couldn't find an article on it. You had said something about Magic, the Gathering trading card game, and there's some kind of weird hoax going around that people are falling for.
Yeah, and I almost mentioned it while you were talking earlier, as far as with the Trump news, and it's like you really can't. It really gives you pause when you read shit on the internet as far as what you can believe it or not. So I've just trained myself to verify, at least see if there's a corroborating source here, and then we can start taking it seriously. But yeah, there was stuff shared online speaking about Magic the Gathering. Of course, they have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set coming out, announced at New York Comic Con, which I was at that panel, and basically what it had said is the FCC had basically stated that those cards could not do lethal damage because they're owned by Nickelodeon, and the Turtles don't do lethal damage, in the cartoon and whatnot. So basically all the cards can't do lethal damage. And that's completely false. So, but the funny thing is I had asked about this in my Magic group. I actually recently played Magic, and I'd asked people in the group, and these are learned people that know their shit, and they're like, yeah, it's crazy, but I don't know what the hell is going to happen with that set. But upon further inspection, because I'm on a podcast, so that's kind of my thing, not theirs, because they're the everyday people. That's not true. But crazy, man. That is crazy.
That is a weird thing, right? Because how could they even control that? They just licensed the characters to Wizards of the Coast, who just added them into the game. So obviously they would have, if that was part of the contract, it would have been negotiated up front, and there would have been something on the cards that say, can only take it down to 99% or whatever. They can't actually. So they would have they would have controlled it that way. So it's just weird. They can't they've got the cards out, but now that you have the cards, you can't use them to kill your opponent. No, that's stupid. No one's gonna file. You're just gonna play the game. You don't care what the Nickelodeon's got to say. Yeah. Exactly. Such a weird thing that people fall for this stuff all the time too. It's just
all the time. People come up to me and my second gig or whatever, and hey, did you hear? They said that this is doing this, and no, that's not at all true. They just put it on some Facebook posts that you stopped scrolling for 3 seconds enough to read, and now it's gospel. It's a problem.
Social media is going to be the death of us all. I keep saying that. Well, speaking of social media, and we're a part of that, some rumors and news has come out around Doomsday.
Okay, well, if it's news, then we gotta make it official, sir. You gotta play our.
Oh, is that the
I will now demand that if we're doing news, absolutely.
Right. All right. All right. Our first article that we're bringing to you, Chris Evans, we all know, is confirmed to be in Avengers Doomsday. And there's been much speculation about the character he is going to play. And one of these Marvel insiders who has a good track record of getting things right has actually come out and confirmed, more or less, oh, look who's decided to join us.
Hey!
Hello.
Hell yeah.
I mean, long time no see. All right. He has come out and said that he will be Nomad. So an alternate version of Captain America where he gave up the mantle and adopted the Nomad character, which was a short-lived persona that Steve Rogers had in the comics when he gave up the shield in the 70s, I believe. So that's going to be the version of Captain America. I am not still 100% convinced because in my mind, and it's the Russo brothers, they'll make it work somehow, but in my mind, it doesn't make sense. Like, why would we have the version of Captain America who's Nomad without explaining? I mean, I guess you could say in an alternate timeline in the Civil War, but because I feel like that's how they touched on it. He gave up the shield at the end of Civil War, and he was still like fighting the fight, but he wasn't Captain America. So I always felt like that was their version of Nomad. He didn't have the full costume. He's got like a blue and gold costume with a cape and stuff. It's a really weird, very 70s high collar costume. I highly doubt they're going to do that also in the movies. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think there's any truth to this, or does it even make sense for them to do Nomad?
It does make sense because to me, Nomad is whenever Steve Rogers isn't Captain America, whenever he's not carrying that mantle, he's Nomad or some shit like that. And I think you're correct, though. They've already done a version of this character in Infinity War.
Right.
They just didn't specifically name him Nomad. And I never felt that they needed to do that in the comics because Steve Rogers alone is enough, is famous enough. So even if Steve Rogers doesn't have the Captain America mantle, you know who he is. So I never felt like they needed in the comics, like, oh, you are now Nomad. Just no, I'm Steve Rogers. So the movies I think have done that. As far as the Nomad character, I mean, I think it's going to happen, but I don't think again it's going to be a hey Steve Rogers now Nomad. No, it's going to be like they're going to be doing some shit, and then we're going to get a Marvel comic relief line from like Chris Pratt's Star-Lord, like, what are you just roaming around like a nomad or something, and like that.
Yeah, no,
so I think it's happening.
Yeah,
they're not going to take the mantle of Captain America away from Falcon. They're not going to want to do that.
I think that's one of the things that lends a little bit of credence to this is that yes, they're not going to have two Captain Americas in the movie. They'll let Sam still be Cap. But like that's the only time in the MCU timeline it makes sense for him to not be Captain America's at the end of Civil War. But like, yeah, he didn't take it. That's the whole thing especially in the MCU, but even in Marvel Comics, Steve Rogers is a national hero from World War II. He got frozen and then thawed again and was brought back. But like, everyone knows who he is. It's not like it's also like Tony Stark. It's not a real secret identity. Like there's some back and forth. Is it him? Isn't him? And then like eventually everyone knows who they are. So him having to have a separate persona doesn't make sense in the world of the MCU. So we'll see. And maybe here's the thing. We might find out sooner rather than later. Because this has been confirmed. We will get the first teaser trailer for Doomsday on December 19th, because it will be attached to Avatar Fire and Ice. And I'm reading the article, and I was like, oh, Marvel fans are going to run out and go see Avatar. And I'm like, no, those days of like, because there have been
they're
times,
done.
there were days where people would go to the movie specifically to see a
Sure.
trailer, and then they'd leave. They wouldn't even watch the movie,
Yeah.
but it would boost up that movie. Problem is they release them online like the next day. So why would you spend the money to go see Avatar when you could just go wait for it to be released online, which I think we're all going to do. Tell me I'm wrong. But are you excited? We're now a little more than a month away to get our first teaser trailer for Marvel Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to get, fired up for the next big superhero Marvel extravaganza that's coming our way next year. So I'm, definitely into that. As I professed before on this show, but for any of our newcomers, I am really, really hesitant though, as far as the Robert Downey Jr. Doom is concerned. So that's still a grave concern of mine. I can hear a lot of cool shit. We've heard that we're going to have X-Men and all this stuff that, should certainly excite me, and it does. But again, I'm still given pause by the Tony Stark, the Robert Downey Jr. Victor Von Doom. Now, if they say it's Tony Stark and not Victor Von Doom, that'll give me enough wiggle room to not hate it. So we'll see how that goes. But yes, go ahead.
Well, the thing I was going to say is it's going to do one of two things. And it goes along with what you're saying here. It's going to stop a lot of the fan theories about this movie that are floating around because we don't know anything about the movie yet. And it's going to start a whole crop of new
right
fan theories based on the few minutes of footage that we're going to get in the trailer. So because New Rockstars has a video where it's like because the theory is that Tony Stark that we know from the MCU was actually adopted, and he actually was Victor Von Doom the whole time. So that when it's going to make sense that because this is just a version of Tony that was never adopted, and he was always Victor Von Doom, and that's why. And it's just like, and here are all the hints in all of the MCU movies that showed it all, and it's like, no, I'm sorry, like you're grasping at straws. There's nothing the hints that he was ever adopted.
Yeah.
It's just you made this up so that it makes sense to you the why Robert Downey Jr. is coming back, but now playing Victor Von Doom instead of Tony Stark. And like they've already played around with the concept, and DC did this with their multiverse as well. That like the same like Brandon Roth is not Ant-Man, the Atom in the
Legends of Tomorrow
and the Arrowverse, but he's Superman in another universe. It's the
Kingdom
same
Come, yeah.
Right. So like they've already played with that stuff in the multiverse. So like I kind of feel like they're not gonna try to explain it. Which is gonna disappoint most fans.
Yeah.
But I think they're just gonna rush over it. I could be wrong. So Thrawn says, "Fast ship. You've never heard of the Brie Larson? It's the ship that made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs." Also, I don't recall adoption passing down masses Stark knowledge. Adoption passing down masses Stark knowledge.
Yeah, I mean, because Howard Stark was a well-established character.
Oh yeah.
You know that a lot of what Tony knew came from him. So
right, and they're both intelligent.
It's a stretch either way, but yeah,
massive. Okay, yeah. I mean, and I'm sorry, like they picked an actor who looks a little bit like Robert Downey Jr. to play his father. Like if they were going to do that, they would, it's just like, no, there were no hints. New Rockstars was definitely grasping with their videos because they're trying to make it make sense before the movie comes out. And it's just like, okay, and it's getting them views. All right, but I think it's ridiculous. But get ready for a whole crop of new theories to spawn from the, probably minute and 20-second trailer we'll get that has a bunch of snippets in it and not really show us anything. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked if like they don't even show RDJ in the trailer. Like they'll show him the Doom mask or something, him in the Doom suit, but they won't show his face. That's going to be my guess. Is that?
Well, I hope so, because I want to see. I've seen a lot of concept art and shit as far as what Doom is going to look like. I do want to see what Doom looks like. I really do. And because I think that depending on how he looks, could tell a lot about is this Victor Von Doom? Is this some sort of multiverse, Tony Stark variant of Doctor Doom? So maybe not. I don't know. I could make a large to do about nothing, but I would like to see, what Doctor Doom actually looks like.
Yeah. We'll see. Because that's another thing, right? Isn't Doom is scarred in the comics, right? So that's part of the reason he wears the mask.
Yep.
So it's just like,
and at the end of Secret Wars, so massive spoiler. If you really don't want spoilers, because I think Dave just hit upon something, whether he knew it or not. So massive spoilers here for Secret Wars, the comic. At the end of that series, when Doom is defeated, Franklin and Reed Richards and the rest of the Fantastic Four basically remaking and controlling the universe. Doom takes his mask off and he's healed. His face is back to normal. So, that could be a big thing. That could be the big reveal. They could reveal Robert Downey Jr. and scarred face in this. Which, okay.
And then of course when he got healed, he looked like Tony Stark. It was really weird.
Not far from it. I could look at it. It's back there somewhere, but thinking about it, you're right. No, he didn't have the goatee. But yeah.
And then of course they have also, I think it's weird, but apparently this has been confirmed as well. The second trailer, because Doomsday comes out in the holidays at the end of the year next year, but Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out in July, and that the second trailer for Doomsday will be with Brand New Day, which obviously that makes perfect sense. I didn't need the news to tell me that, because I can't think of any other movie it would make sense to release it with. So yeah. So we'll have from December to July, we'll have 6 months of crazy, insane theories based on the little bit of footage that we saw. And then we'll get something in the second trailer that will cancel some of those theories and spawn a whole bunch of new theories until the movie comes out.
That's what we're here for.
Through the mask, is Doom a Starbucks or Dunkin' guy? That's a good question, Thrawn. Since I'm not a Starbucks guy, I would say Dr. Doom's a Starbucks guy, because you have to be evil to like burnt coffee.
What does he have them draw on the cup? Don't they put your name on? Don't they like specifically whatever you tell them? If you're like, hey, I'm Sasquatch, don't have to put Sasquatch on the cup.
It's probably just Doom, I would think. Yeah.
I am Doom. You shall not charge me for double froth.
So Kassan made a good point. Avatar doesn't need a Marvel bump to make money. I mean, each of the other two movies made over couple $1 billion, insane. Like there's an actual international market for those movies. I don't know. Like I'm going to be honest. I've seen the first one on like Netflix or something. I never went to see it in the theater. Second one, I have yet to see it. I have no desire to go see the third one, but there is apparently, a fairly large.
Spoiler alert, then. You may be interested to find this out because I've seen those and I don't dig them either, but my family loves them. I don't know. It just captures a lot of people. But spoiler alert, what's found out in the second one is remember like the super hardcore army guy with his face is all scarred up like he was the main bad dude? He gets his own avatar body.
I'm
like, oh, so.
Kassan says they're on Disney Plus. All right. Well, maybe I'll watch the second one.
They're technically impressive, visually impressive, but
story-wise, they're not like I wasn't that impressed. Especially, I'm sorry, Unobtainium is the dumbest name.
That is that's when I turned the first one off on it because I didn't go to theaters or nothing. But yeah, when he's like, "Hey, it's called Unobtainium," I'm like, "You motherfuckers."
Thrawn says, "I say Doom is hardly in the film and gets time like Thanos in Infinity Wars." You know what? I'm not gonna disagree with that theory, Thrawn, because I don't know yet.
That would be a horrible choice.
But I could see him being barely in it, like he's kind of a background character doing things, and he's got more of a role in Infinity War in Secret Wars. Sun says story-wise, they're better than Star Wars recent stuff, but that's a low bar. I don't know, Don. Do you want to fight Kassan on this?
No. I'm not gonna
fight
anybody.
Hashtag saved the hunt for Solo.
Save the hunt for Solo, baby. That's right. But that's a future project. So
that we here at Superhero Speak are 100% behind.
I think we could win Kassan back with a good Hunt for Solo movie. Okay, you know what? I want to have a tangential conversation here with our chatters here, since we have both, of course, the MVP Thrawn kill here, and of course Kassan. Yeah, are we done with the subject?
Yeah. Go ahead. It was just the trailer. So yeah.
Kassan, so I don't know if you watched our last episode or I don't know if you heard about this, but the whole Adam Driver and Disney basically being ready to make the Hunt for Solo movie in which he survives, and it's like a sequel to the sequel series. Is that something you're interested in? I was hoping to hear from you when we were actually recording those episodes, but I'm just wondering if the Star Wars franchise for people like Kassan, so I imagine he does represent a large swath of the Star Wars fandom, but if they correctly and well thought out wrote a way for Ben Solo to survive, would you be interested in at least one movie, titled, of course, The Hunt for Solo? Let me know, Kassan. I know we're live streaming and I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
Right. Also remember, there's a slight delay from
I know
that when it actually gets out on the stream.
I know. I'm trying to fill the dead air. I guess you can move on. We can come back.
And I feel we have to ask Thrawn the same thing. I'm sure, though, being the fan of Star Wars that he is, he would love a Ben Solo movie. But maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe he hates Adam Driver, because some people do. All right. Well, then while we're waiting for the response, we'll move on. So I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Colin Zayas, who is in the Brand New Day movie, is playing Kathy, who is apparently the new sidekick to Peter Parker Spider-Man, and the Punisher. Um, I don't know a Kathy from the comics who's a sidekick for Peter. I don't know if it's someone from the
I'm like
Punisher.
the chick from the Saturday morning comic strip, Kathy. Remember her?
Oh my
Like,
god.
that's what the fuck they're talking about. Like, yeah, I wanted to hear from you on this, man. Like, you're the Spider-Man dude.
This is
Fucking
like there's no like because there is no Kathy from the comics. So the question is this somebody else that they're just calling Kathy? Like 'cause maybe they're just calling it
fucking
that in
Kathy.
the
Like, what?
in the call sheet and people don't really know what the character's name is yet, or was this a character they invented for the movie? Like let's put it this way. Ned is actually was a reinvented character for the movies, right? Like Ned Leeds was somebody that worked at the Daily Bugle, was kind of a rival to Peter, and then ends up becoming the Hobgoblin. It's a whole complicated story with the Hobgoblin, but like, so, but he was never like Peter's friend. He was never his sidekick. So,
Yeah.
So could Kathy actually be why can't I think of her name? Black Cat. Felicia. Could it actually be, Felicia Hardy, Black Cat, but in the call sheet they just say Kathy so that people don't know that's who she's playing, that she's playing some kind of version of Black Cat. That to me would make the most sense. Like bring her in now to be Peter's sidekick while the world has forgotten who he is, because we've never gotten her in the movies yet. And I'm sorry, do not give us a solo Black Cat movie. Give us her with Peter because it's the only time people like the character.
Right, because exactly.
So
exactly.
I
I hope so, dude, because it's really going to be lame if they have Kathy, the Amazing Spider-Man's sidekick. Like,
just
holy shit.
Just some chick hanging out with the Punisher and Spider-Man.
Right. What a dumb idea. Like maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe she's the receptionist, the sassy receptionist or something like that. Who the fuck knows? But
could she be
Kill.
Could she be J. Jonah Jameson's like assistant or something?
Right,
and
and she's super sassy, just like him or some shit. But otherwise, that's totally fucking lame. Like, Kathy and what is Gertrude, the person in the chair? Like, it's dumb. Thrawn Kill. If they could do the hunt for Ben Solo like the Fugitive, that would be awesome. That would be because isn't it the one-armed man that killed his wife?
Yes.
So it could be a one-armed man that Kylo Ren chopped his arm off. So now he's a one-armed man, and he took revenge on Ben Solo got a girlfriend, and she was killed by the one-armed man because Kylo Ren chopped his arm off.
Kassan says,
ladies and gentlemen.
Kassan says Star Wars has so much story potential, but needs actual qualified writers.
I mean, I'm not qualified, but take out qualified, and I'm saying you should hire me because I have a great idea for all
especially after you've had a few. Yeah, it's that's still Kassan. It still doesn't answer the question. Would you want to see the return of Ben Solo / Kylo Ren in a solo movie? Obviously, I guess you don't know, you're not caught up on the show. You haven't read the news. Like, he presented an idea, Lucasfilm greenlit it. They were in pre-production getting the movie ready, and then Iger from Disney nixed it and was like, I don't think it's a good idea, and stopped the production. And it's now started a online movement, hashtag save the hunt for Solo, for people to like jump on board and want this movie. So,
and we here at Superhero Speak, at least me, advocate that the Snyder bots stop with the Snyder stuff that's not happening. Come over to the Save the Hunt for Solo side and let's make this happen. Right? We wait. Bob Iger's gone soon. Once he's gone, we hit him hard. All right, Snyder bots, are you still with me? I don't want you to forget us here. I don't, stay focused.
All right, now back to the story. Kassan does say, I think any production that tries to hide the characters within it is doomed. A story that is putting its chips on a character reveal is a weak story.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with him. I would expect there
Agree.
to be some sort of a lot, really, a lot actually. I expect a lot of character development for Doctor Doom, aka Victor Von Doom, whatever the hell else they do here. So
Right,
if
but
they
he's
do the whole thing where he's saved for Secret or Battle World, whatever we call Secret Wars, they're gonna have to do a lot of development in one movie, and I don't think it's gonna work because they spread that shit for Thanos over like 10 movies.
and I right, but I also think he's talking about Kathy, like the idea
Oh,
of that the
Kathy.
production would hide Black Cat behind this name
Mhm.
Kathy, and then reveal that it's Black Cat, which I will agree with the comment, because the greatest example of this is Star Trek Into Darkness, where Benedict Cumberbatch is like, "Oh, I'm not playing Khan." It's like, "No,
I'm not
Khan's not in
Khan.
this movie.
I'm
We're
not
not doing
Khan.
Khan.
Oh,
I'm not Khan." And then, of course, the
I
movie comes
am
out.
Khan. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, okay. And it was a horrible movie. So, and he said, "See my previous comment. I would be interested if it's done with quality intent." Okay, so,
So
well,
not Ryan Johnson and J.J. Abrams. Or Leslie Headland.
well, no one wants Leslie Headland. I'm sorry.
I
Uh
like The Acolyte, and I still don't want Leslie Headland, although I think she had a lot of interesting ideas.
Interesting idea is just poorly executed. I still say there's an interesting idea in The Acolyte. It was just so poorly executed.
Queermere was a great character.
Yeah, I mean the there wasn't enough of making the show about the relationship between the sisters, right? Like, it just it was more about the Jedi who kind of failed them as kids, and it was just like, I think they should have made it about the sisters more. Okay. Moving on. So Simu Liu, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. The gentleman who plays Shang-Chi in Shang-Chi, is obviously, it has been confirmed he is in Doomsday. And in a recent interview, they asked him, um, they said, without revealing anything, what would be some of your uh dreams, or what would you want to do with the character of Shang-Chi going forward? And he said he would love to do a second Shang-Chi movie. I might be one of the people that's in the minority. I really enjoyed the first movie. I thought it was well done. Um, and I would like to see another Shang-Chi movie. And and he said he would keep playing the character as long as he is physically able. So, I mean, so he loves the character and he wants to keep playing him. So, what do you think? Do you want another Shang-Chi solo movie after Doomsday, possibly?
No, I don't. I mean, I did not feel that the first movie was bad, but I still did not appreciate how they did the Mandarin. Like how cool would it be? Like how much do people love like the Avatar with the air and the fire and the water and the earth bending and shit? So why they chose not to have like a Mandarin with his 10 rings, each one with specific powers, I don't know. So because of that, I really, again, I didn't think it was bad, but I'm just not that interested in them expanding that lore. Um, what, what I don't, what I wish would stop, I guess, and Dave, you do you as far as picking these articles, but it seems like ever since we lost Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr., although he's back now. our first round of superhero actors, it seems like we just have this PTSD. So anytime an actor says, "Oh no, I want to keep playing this character," or "I would like to play this character," we just really latch on to it like some sort of baby blanket or whatever. So, and I have a hard time with it because I'm like, of course they want to continue with the character because it pays money. I want to keep making Microsoft Excel reports because that's what the paychecks come in for. Like it's the same shit.
Uh,
But I feel we eat it up because we mourn the loss of some of the previous actors.
um, yes, I agree with you to a point. I also kind of feel like some of your what's the word I'm looking for? Your your disdain in your voice is because you really don't want any of these actors to continue on. You want the universe to be reset and just to be an X-Men centric Marvel universe going forward. Screw
True.
Shang-Chi, screw Sam Wilson, screw any of the other characters. Like just give me the X-Men
X-Men it up.
and let's move forward.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But I kind of feel like you have to keep some characters around to keep the people who were
Sure,
interested
Captain
in.
America, Hulk, Iron Man. I mean, yeah, the big hitters.
There's a lot of there's some more rumors floating around that they are going to recast T'Challa now. Nothing's confirmed. These are just rumors that have been flying around. That's why I haven't talked about it on the show yet, but supposedly there's an actor who's in the talks to actually take over the role, and it'll be somehow they'll do it in Doomsday. So we'll see. Or not Doomsday, Secret Wars, but we'll see. I highly doubt at this point. It doesn't even make sense. They've done so many weird things with that character. Like they've kind of destroyed him, in my opinion, in the MCU. But that being said, I don't know. I like the Shang-Chi movie. I also liked shoot. I can't think.
Well, why do you think of that? Go ahead.
Oh, I'm one of the few people that, saw the potential in Iron Fist. I will say there was a lot of problems with the show, but I saw the potential in the show. But I like that kind of stuff. Let's see. Marvel's Katie will save us all. Who's Katie? You mean Kathy? Thrawn, this is the Star Wars universe. Who said the Star Wars space is devoid of oxygen? Oh yeah, that's right. Thrawn said the acolyte lost them at the moment the rocks caught on fire. And let's see. When people wear masks in space, it's only aesthetic reasons. This is true.
Though, and also the reason because they want to be a cool ass character in Star Wars.
Yes. If you had watched us Wednesday, you would know this. The person who has had the most success from Shang-Chi is the guy on the bus recording the fight with his phone. He was in Homecoming and now in Severance.
Agreed.
Oh, Shang-Chi's girlfriend is Katie. Okay. All right. You're right. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Kathy because we were talking about
fucking
Kathy.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I think we'll get an all Kathy movie. Kathy and Katie save the Marvel universe. Yeah.
And they'll have a really antagonistic pro-feminist actress for Kathy, and that'll really drum up a lot.
They already have that with Captain Marvel. All right. You want to go across the street and look at a little bit of DC comic news?
Yeah, why not?
You brought this to my attention.
This is crazy.
Let's first off, let's caveat this with the last Batman book that both of us have read is Absolute Batman. So we are
Correct.
not following anything in the main titles. From my understanding, this is I don't even know if this is continuity, this story. But you brought this to my attention. So there's a what's the story called? DC KO, which is an ongoing story running in the DC Comics right now. And in the first issue, Joker comes up behind him and stabs him in the back, and blah, blah, blah. He dies. And then we find out later that he gets resurrected because he's wearing a new special suit that somehow has, I guess, a mother box in it, which creates a boom tube and creates a reset point, like a respawn point in a video game. So he gets stabbed to death by Joker, and then the boom tube regenerates him back in Gotham at the point where he hit this save button or whatever. That's not how boom tubes work in DC. It's never been how they work in DC, but for some reason now he has this suit, so now Batman is immortal because whenever he gets killed, he'll just respawn like a video game. Am I crazy, or is that the stupidest thing you've ever heard?
Well, no, I can't say it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard because we've already done this with the X-Men in the Krakoan era. So, Batman is, going the Krakoa era Batman. This really does, I don't feel strongly about it, but I guess what I don't like about it is this gives more power or more ammo to the, Batman can kill God if he's prepared enough crowd, those people that always you throw them, hey, this person versus Batman. Okay, well, he's prepared, so he'll do. So Batman literally has prepared himself into immortality, but much like the X-Men, so I can't throw that much shade at it, but it is unexpected for a character like Batman. It is. It seems way the fuck out there.
I just don't understand, why couldn't they just write, he got
like
stabbed.
You could inject some of the Lazarus pit into him at least.
Well,
like,
okay. First off, I will say that yes, if he could have had, the suit could have been, it detects he dies and it has a needle in the back or something you don't see, and it ejects the Lazarus pit liquid into his spine or something that'll resurrect him. Like, first off, again, it's comic book logic, but it's comic book logic that makes more sense and is more consistent with DC and makes more sense for Batman as well. Also, again, the boom tubes were never something that, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, people watching or if you're watching this after the fact, let me know in the comments down below. Have the boom tubes ever been used like that in DC before? My understanding, they're just like a transportation thing that Darkseid uses. And so, yeah, and again, it gives more fuel to the Batman could do anything with enough prep time crowd. And those people are the most annoying people on the internet. They truly are. I'm sorry. It's just like, no, he's just a guy. He has his limits, but nah. Kasan says it sounds like Batman has become divine, almost like a dark paladin with angelic powers. And Thrawn says, so he's Blade now. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. So you guys are on the same page. This is ridiculous. and the writer of the book is John Williamson, I think.
Yeah.
Uh,
And this in itself
let me
could be
see.
a
Yeah.
mechanism
So it's
for marketing, like anytime you introduce something new and radical with like the big three trinity, for DC or any superhero for that matter. And so he knows, just like when Batman was able to sit on some fucking throne, and that's how we learned that the Joker was actually three people. Like that's always going to create
yeah.
buzz, like Superman changing his suit, that old electric suit, shit like that changes the status quo of a superhero like that. It's going to create buzz. So
True.
I would have to think they had that in mind, but I think it's a bit ridiculous. I think adding immortality to superheroes' power set is a bit much. Although again, the X-Men did it. They can no longer do it. So at least in hindsight, that was a temporary thing. But yeah.
Thrawn says Batman Immortal would be a good name for a book or film. Probably. And Kassan says Batman powers increase with his popularity. He's the most popular, so he gets the most power. I mean,
that is very true. Absolutely.
I get that argument, but I mean, we're living in a society where we're supposed to be pushing against the ultra rich, and now we're saying the ultra rich can be immortal with enough prep time. No.
Listen, man, it is unfortunately a universal law of the universe. Resources will always try to gravitate toward large, volumes of itself, meaning that the richer always get richer. So that is how it is. Hence why the absolute Batman is so popular, because he's not a rich dude. He's a blue collar dude doing all that. So I don't know. We may see an identity change overall for the Caped Crusader. I don't know. Interesting evolution we have here.
Kassan says make a Batman crossover with Warhammer 40k. He's the new God Emperor. And then he goes, I'm talking myself into this idea. I want Gotham X Warhammer 40k crossover.
Well, listen, they pretty much admitted that when they did. The name of the event is escaping me now, but basically, what's the name of the event? Is it? No. I mean, what was the storyline where a villain was able to like really fuck with the Justice League because all they did was uncover Batman's contingency plans for each Justice League member? I don't remember the name of that story arc, and I know it. But anyway, Batman has contingencies for all the Justice League members. So like, he's been popular for a long time, and that was a big power boost. So it happens to him every once in a while.
Oh yeah. Because it sells books. All right, this last article we don't need to talk about if you don't want to. I included it for myself because I'm highly interested in it, and this is so left field for us. This is not comic book related at all. But we got our first teaser trailer for Michael, which comes out next year. It's the Michael Jackson biopic movie, which one of the things that's interesting about the movie is I can't think of the kid's name, but the kid playing him is actually his nephew. And it's funny because there's a family resemblance there, but he doesn't look anything like him. Because Michael Jackson didn't look anything like Michael Jackson at the end either. So before I say anything, did you watch the trailer? Do you have any interest in this whatsoever? Were you a Michael Jackson fan?
I did watch the trailer. I have probably a very unusual relationship with Michael Jackson. I'm not supremely musically motivated as a person. There's a lot of music I like and stuff like that, But if in my car, if I'm working, I'm not listening to music. I'm listening to people talk about stuff.
Okay.
Hence why I'm a podcaster.
Yes.
But Michael Jackson, boy, as someone that was born in 1980, Michael Jackson, I would say, was a huge part of life in general, living through the 1980s into the 1990s. Do I like his music, his classic shit? As much as I'm a rock and roll heavy metal guy, boy, do I respect Michael Jackson. As a songwriter, singer, no one on this earth will ever come anywhere near close to dancing like he can. I mean, if there was ever a metahuman on this earth, man, it was Michael Jackson. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of respect for him, and I don't believe like he went through abuse as a child,
Yes.
and it resulted in him being very different. But I believe a lot of the abuse allegations were very much overblown. That I think he do things that were weird, potentially inappropriate, not sexually, but wanting to hang out with kids was a little weird. But again, he was robbed of his own childhood. So for what it's worth, I really don't think he ever harmed any children. I don't think he was the type of guy that could do that. Um, take that for what you want. So I have a supreme. I mean, it is so fitting that his top record, or at least one of his top records, one of the top records that ever existed in the universe, bad.
Yeah.
Because he was fucking bad, man. I want to tell you, like, I'm a pretty masculine guy. I like my hard rock and roll, but dude, watch that dude fucking dance, man.
Yeah.
To one of his own songs while he's singing. I mean, it's just superhuman shit. So I mean, there you go. I don't know if that even answered your question, but
No,
yeah,
it does, because I feel like you and I probably have very similar views in that sense. Yeah, like I'm always a hard rock metal guy, but there's something about Michael Jackson's music. Um, it's like, and it's funny, all personal stuff aside, because he was weird. There's a term that that maybe gets misused a lot of times, but genius, like musical genius. This is a guy who was singing and dancing from the time he was a little kid, and it's funny because, like, if you ever watch any documentaries or any news stuff about Michael Jackson, like, when he would go to the studio and be like, I want to write this is a song I'm working on, he would just beatbox and hum the parts because he couldn't read and write music. So he would say, like, dun, 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 or whatever. I'm sorry, that's Madonna, but that popped in my head. But he would hum like a bass line, and then, like, when he started working with recording equipment, he would, like, hum the bass line, then hum, like, a melody line, and then beatbox a drum part and record that on a demo and give it to whoever was producing the album, and they would have to figure out the parts and then hire musicians to play them. So, like, and they would base the songs off of these ideas that he had. So, like, that's how he wrote music. But like, to me, that's somebody who was born to make music, but like you said, he was abused as a child and, like, wasn't allowed to have a normal childhood and all that stuff. He was just had to go out and make money for his family. um who knows what kind of uh what he would have done if he would have done more if he wasn't abused, or we would not never have heard of him.
yeah.
So yeah, so, like, but yeah, like, just he could write a song that got stuck in your head, and he has the most, I believe he still is the number one solo artist of all time, all the most number one hits and all that stuff, still to this day, because he was the king of pop. So it'll be interesting to see how they do it, what they'll touch on. That's one of the things that also interests me about it is, so Jafar Jackson is Jermaine Jackson's son. That's who's playing him in the movie. His brothers and a lot of his surviving family are involved with making this movie. But his daughter, I think, Paris, spoke out against the movie. So it's interesting, right? Like, and there are people that are arguing.
She the one he dangled over the balcony. Remember that?
Might have been. It might have been. There are people that are arguing that his kids didn't really know him. That like they were kind of raised by nannies and stuff, and he and their biological mother. So like they didn't really have a relationship with him, and maybe that's what it is. And maybe they're not getting.
Well, they got a relationship with his bank account. I can assure you that.
Yeah, I'm saying maybe they're not getting as much royalties off of this as they want, and that's why. I don't know. I haven't read everything that she said. I just saw a headline that she is not happy that this movie's being made. But again, I would think that his brothers and his sisters, who are the ones behind this movie, would know that if it's accurate or not, or at least to a point. Again, he's a weird guy. He did a lot of strange stuff because he didn't have a normal childhood, and I believe it's one of those things when people get to a level that he was at, there are people that are going to accuse him of stuff just to bring them down, because people are like that in this world. So all right,
I will, however, tie it in, I guess, kind of to the world of nerdom geekdom here. Speaking to his popularity, those you may remember Michael Jackson's Moonwalker arcade and Sega Genesis video game. It was actually a good game. I really can't think of any other bands or singers that had video games that were worth a damn. I mean, there was a Journey game back in the Atari, but that was shit.
Oh yeah.
And then there was Revolution X as an arcade shooter with Aerosmith.
Yes.
But no other singer or band had any other video games worth a damn. So I mean, he even had a successful movie and video game based off that movie.
Thrawn says, before the internet, people around the world knew the Yankees, Superman, and Michael Jackson. This is very true.
And Elvis Presley, because everyone couldn't stop fucking crying over Elvis Presley dying during the 80s.
Thrawn asks, are you excited for Gremlins 3 and the new possible Mummy 4? Spielberg and Columbus involved in Gremlins and OG producers for the Mummy. We talked about, you weren't here, we did talk about the Mummy 4 extensively on the last episode, so go check that out if you haven't watched it yet. But yeah, I'm a huge fan. I thought Brendan Fraser was great in those movies, and I would love to see a fourth one. Gremlins 3, it was not on my radar, which I'm shocked. Was it on? Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't, but to be quite frank with you, I'm not a fan of Gremlins. In fact, hot take on, I like Gremlins 2 better than Gremlins 1. And it was specifically because all the cool mutated gremlins that, Gremlin Spider and the electric gremlin. And, of course, the Gremlins 2, the Nintendo Entertainment System 8-bit video game was involved in my childhood. So I guess Gremlins 2 will always have a spot in my heart, but otherwise I don't really care for it.
Well, if and when Gremlins 3 comes out, we'll have to have JD come back and review it with us, because he is a huge fan of the Gremlins movies. So, and he still calls it one of the perfect Christmas movies. So we shall see.
JD, we're still looking for a third, so you can apply for your old job, buddy. Let's do this. I understand you got to drop off for wrestling and wrestling podcasts. We can do that. We can be fluid.
Hey, we're on our way to 100K followers, JD.
Right.
So
come back, man.
Time to come home.
We cleaned the place up for you. You left it a wreck, so I came.
No, it was the other guy
John
that
who
left
fucked it
around.
up.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah,
John
yeah.
fucked it up, not you, JD. But we cleaned it all up. Love to have you
Yeah.
back.
All right.
It was 1 day a week.
I think-
we're fine with that.
I think it's time to ask that question that we ask in every episode.
What do we learn on the show tonight?
So what did you learn there, Don?
I learned that Kassan truly is my homeboy, as he is also a Biggie Smalls fan. The name of the song that he's referencing here in the chat here, As Long as He Moves Like Mike, Anyone, Tyson, Jordan, Jackson, that's from Victory, Biggie Smalls album. Although, ironically, it also does feature P. Diddy. I don't think he was in P. Diddy.
Oh,
back then,
yeah.
but, so that's kind of cringy. But outside of that, it's a great song. So Thrawn, also a fan. Sorry, Kassan, also a fan. So I learned that today.
Any recommendations?
Recommendations. Get really good grades, kids. Get good jobs. Go to college, and perhaps I went to college just kind of later in life. But anyway, if you do that, perhaps you won't have to work 60 hours a week like myself. And so when you get on the world's greatest internet YouTube superhero show, Superhero Speak, perhaps you can actually watch superhero and read superhero shit because you don't have to work 60 hours. So, yeah, get good grades and do well in school. That's what I recommend.
I learned when Kassan and Thrawn aren't here to watch us live, they don't watch the show, go back and watch the old episodes.
They don't go back. Yeah.
Yeah, like they asked us about stuff we talked about. I also learned that you're a P. Diddy fan. I mean,
oh yeah, no, Kassan, you know what? You're right. Don't go into debt. That's what I'm saying. Do well, get the scholarship, go for free. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna poo-poo your recommendation. I'm gonna say don't go to college, go to trade school, learn a trade, because AI is going to take all of the brainy jobs that require a college degree. All of the engineering and programming and design jobs are all going to be taken over by AI before you know it. But we're still going to need
I am
plumbers.
going to be unemployed in 5 years. You're right.
We're going to need plumbers and electricians and all of those guys. So, go to trade school.
All right, yeah.
I think that's the safe bet.
Yep.
Also, quick announcement, due to hectic schedules and things changing, we will not be live Wednesday. We were going to try to do Thursday, but Don is, again, as he's talking about having to work. The heck is that?
You're not being bombed, are you, Dave?
Hold on.
I hear rumbling.
Yeah, something really loud outside. I don't know what it was.
There's some sort of November 9th holiday that we are unaware.
No.
I've been in your neighborhood, actually. Yeah, what the fuck is going on there? There shouldn't be anything.
It's very quiet normally. And that didn't sound like fireworks. I don't know what that was.
Sound like an explosion.
Yes, it did.
Is Pennsylvania being carpet bombed?
I don't know. Anyway, let's end the show so I can figure that out.
Get to your bunker. The Russians are attacking.
And as Don said, he's working extra jobs, so we can't do it Thursday. So we'll see if I can find someone to fill in. Maybe I'll do it Thursday. Otherwise, we'll see you next Sunday. So on that note, boys and girls, as always, thanks for watching. Don't let your cape get caught in the door. See you next time.
If you haven't done so yet, subscribe. It really keeps this podcast alive. Smash the like button if you please. It gives us what we need. Maybe leave a comment or two. It's a really nice thing to do. And what are you waiting